are most welcome to Sam Iga Memorial College, Maganjo, the school which is 6.5 miles along Bombo Road. I'm Mr. Julius, a teacher of mathematics at Sam Iga Memorial College, and I also a member of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union as a National Secretary for Youth Affairs. The school promotes science and education, and you are going to see some of the projects which the runners have exhibited. So I'm going to make you tour around and see some of the projects which the students themselves are doing, and you will get impressed, and the whole country and the whole world will know that this new lower competent based curriculum is the way to go. So please, let's move and you see what is taking place in this school.
You're most welcome. My name is Naikoba Letitia, a student of Sam Iga Memorial College, and at this school we learn many subjects including math. And in math we have many topics. We've learned about measurements, which we've used to make products like these books. For example, these books have a specific length and width, and even the breadth also matters in selling them. For example, you have the 4-quire, the 3-quire, and even these extra large ones, which are also sold at all different prices. In math, we've learned about also measurements. For example, if we're knitting these books, we have a specific length that we take while sewing these books. For the materials, we buy the materials from NASA, and then we bring them here at school, where we process the books, like counting these papers. We use marble. We use also other crafts, and even we have those pastels which we use while making these books. Many of the materials are bought at NASA, and even we also take them back for trimming, such that the final product looks like this. Thank you.
You are most welcome. This is Sam Iga Memorial College, and we are the physics class. My name is Tugume Ronald with my colleague Okelo Patrick, and we are here to show you about an experiment to determine the resistance of a wire. This is very important because, as we know in physics, that when we increase the length of the wire, the resistance increases. And when the resistance increases, the current passing through the wire, it becomes low. So they are inversely proportional. So this helps in when they are installing electro instruments, that they know the length of the wire to use in order to create more current to pass through. So this is the experiment. We are going to use the galvanometer and the ammeter, and my colleague here can help me to show you how they are going to be working.
We shall get a meter bridge and a galvanometer and an ammeter plus the wire and the jockey. We are going to tap here. We are going to tap on the meter bridge until we get the balance point of the galvanometer. As you can see how it goes, until we get the balance point of the galvanometer. And the balance point must always be at 0 point. After getting that, we shall record the balance point, which is the balance point. And according to this, it is 19.5. The same experiment we shall repeat the same experiment, but with now a different length of the wire. So we adjust the length of the wire to 60. According to our questions, how it is stating, we adjust it to 60, and we still repeat the same procedure until we get the balance point. And here our balance point is 20.5. We repeat the same procedure several times and we tabulate it in the table, and our table will look like this. After tabulating it in the table, we shall plot a graph of the current and the length of the wire we have got. And this is how our graph is going to be looking like. And we get the slope. We get the slope of the graph. And after getting the slope of the graph, we shall now get the resistance of the wire from this formula. From there, our wire is now ready to be used in wiring of the houses. And it is safe now.
You are most welcome to our school, and we are glad to host you. I'm by name Uche Geoffrey, and my partner, Ngabire Christine. We are all in Form 6 Sciences, and we are here to present you an experiment to determine the focal length of the converging lenses. Now, these lenses are quite significant to our society, whereby you can apply it in various ways or fields. We can use these lenses in correcting eye defects such as long-sightedness or short-sightedness to the patients at home. Not only that, we can also use this idea to expand or to reduce the various sources of energy, since we can apply it in solar concentrators. That also can help the society to reduce the rate of deforestation. And let me just give this opportunity to my partner to elaborate more about the experiment. Thank you.
Has already said that the focal length, or when we determine the focal length of a convex lens, it converges light, yeah? Collecting light from a wide field of view to focus it on one point. The science behind this that when we are getting this lens, it always inverts the light. So when the light passes through the convex lens to this screen, a sharp point is either formed. We are always to find a diminished point or a magnified point. So when we are getting the focal length, this will help us to find lenses for people with short-sightedness or long-sightedness. But for the convex lens, it's for short-sightedness. And here we get the focal length from a formula called 4D plus S, or the slope, out of 8. And then we get the slope from when we are plotting these values, or the tabulated values we got from measuring the distances dx and b. So when we get the focal length, we are able to get the length of that person, either short-sightedness or long-sightedness. Thank you for today.
Hello members, thank you for tuning in. I'm called Gumisuza Simon, and I would be taking you into this concept called Young's modulus. So as you know, in this daily life, as we are constructing buildings, we are finding proper material for things like chairs. We need to know the strength of these materials. So now, in a lab, we determine Young's modulus for like a ruler like this. So we used two experiments like this one, where here we use two items. We use a geek lamp and also some masses. So those who don't know what this one just clamps. So here I can just try to oscillate it and begin a stop clock to see how the time it takes to oscillate. So now, what do we need to know about Young's modulus? So these people who construct buildings, these people who make materials like iron bars, we need to know the strength of that material so that we cannot make buildings that collapse. So these buildings that collapse, sometimes people ignore such simple principles of Young's modulus. Thank you for listening.
You're welcome at Sam Iga Memorial College, Maganjo. This is tailoring class. I'm Nampima Vivian, a fashion instructor at Sam Iga Memorial College. This is Senior 1, Senior 2, and Senior 3. We teach them different modules. As for now, we have learned about the machine maintenance, the parts of a sewing machine. We have learned about how to behave, as in that is rules and regulations of a fashion designer, so they know what to do in the field. Another thing, we are training job creators, not job seekers. According to the competition of the world, we have to train them to create jobs. But we have different types of machines. But for learners, for them, they first use this treadle machine. When they get to know more techniques, they will use those machines. For example, the industrial machine, the overlock, baby lock, and other embroidery machines. So you're most welcome. Here at home, these are my learners.
My name is called Pausha from Senior to West, and I'm here to learn. First of all, this machine helps us to make different materials. Like this is a skirt. Someone can put on this skirt. This is a bag. This is a handbag. I can put my materials inside and I carry it. We have different parts on this machine, and these include, we have the bobbin case, which holds the bobbin in position during sewing.
My name is Amumpira Anita, and I've learned the following things. I've learned how to sew a skirt, a dress, and different stitching. I've also learned how to keep the machine clean. So it will help me in the future, like if I don't have a job in case. That's why I thank Madam for teaching me, and also thank my parents for giving me the money to pay, and the school for providing the curriculum. Thank you.
Yes, you're most welcome. This is Senior 6 Biology class. My name is Kainje Derrick, and right here she's Namata Jovia, and this one she's Babili Nahid Namuiga. We are going to be taking you through dissection of a rat and its relevance. It is going to help us in future when we become doctors.
As he has said that we are dissecting a rat, like in normal life you don't dissect rats, but they are going to help us to get to know the anatomy of a human being before we go directly into the field to start experimenting with human beings. Yeah. We chose these animals to dissect, like the rat and the toad in the animals, even the cockroach, because somehow their anatomy resembles that of a human being. We are going to see that when they start to dissect. You should make sure that you don't harm any of the organisms inside. Yes. That's why we use some blunt scissors to cut the skin. These ones. Those are the same precautions which we take when dissecting, when trying to open the human being. In the human beings, we don't dissect them like the rat. His skin is there because their skin is on them, and it's like the protector to these organisms. Therefore, we just cut a little bit like this so that you can see all these organisms, and we don't open them fully because some complications are just on some parts which are maybe known by the doctors. Then here, as you can see in the human being, the digestive system is here, down here in the lower tract region. Here we can see the small intestine, the small intestines in between here. This is the stomach of this animal, and our stomach is somewhere behind here in a human being. If you know this one, it's easy for you to recognize where the human being's parts are located. And this is our liver, as in human beings, and for the rat, it's right here. And for the rat, it's right here, the liver lobes. They are very big, though on this diagram they are not very well elaborated. This can also help us in other sectors like the cancer sector, when we are looking for those cells which have gone out of order, when we are looking for those parts which are infected with cancer, we can use the knowledge we get from dissection to know where the cancer cells are actually located, and to open the exact place so that you can treat the patient. This can help in other sectors like treating the brain. Here we have not dissected the head, but we dissect it and we know the parts of the head. We know where they are located, the veins which take blood there. Therefore, it's somehow the same as for the human being, though somehow different, because the human beings, they are not rodents. But this one here, what we are working upon is a rodent, but then we can relate it to the human being. And other mammals, even though you have not gone in that sector of treating human beings, you can treat animals. And animals, some animals like what animals do we rear at home? Maybe you have your pet like a rabbit. It's somehow the same as this one. When you take it to the veterinary doctor, he can use the same knowledge you use in dissection to know where the problem is and to correctly operate on it. Yeah. That was my presentation.
All right, thank
you, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's really good working on this. Of course, normally we use a rat, okay?
Yes.
In relation to a human being.
Yes.
Because you and a rat, where do you rate in classification? Can you go back to classification?
Yes, we are mammals.
Class mammalia.
Yeah, yes.
That's why you use what? Rat.
The rats.
And when you go deep, a rat and a rabbit, again, they share the same family. Okay. Yeah. That is, I encourage you to read hard.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. I encourage you to read hard. Since you have the interest, please let it be on your heart.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. Nothing should do alter you.
Yes.
Well, you may not fire to be directly surgeon.
Yes.
We normally encourage first these low ranks, diploma, degree, or nursing degree. Okay?
Yes.
But so far so good. Yeah. I'm so impressed. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm Nakatona here, Namazi. Welcome to this chemistry lab. We are here, we are doing an experiment about ions. It's qualitative analysis. We are analyzing some ions to see how they behave when they are treated with specific reagents. So this is important in that we are getting to know how, more especially the physicians, how they make medicines, the specific quantities of ions they use, and they use within the medicines they make. So I have my two colleagues. This one is Wembo Joseph, and this one is Esther Nakasi. So she will take you through the way she's going to do it to analyze the iodide ions. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we are going to analyze the presence of the iodide ions in this compound. And first of all, we are going to begin by heating this compound. So when we heat, we are expecting to have some observations that are quite different and clarify its presence. So we are going to begin the heating part of our first experiment. We are expecting to see a purple flame, and the purple flame confirms that is iodine being produced from this compound. Yes, it is somehow toxic. So this is the purple flame that I've been waiting for, and here it comes out. So we are seeing that the blue litmus paper has turned red. So this shows that the gas being given out is acidic. So that was our first experiment, and we are going to do another one, and we are going to carry out another experiment to see whether truly the compound that has been dissolved contains some iodine inside this compound. So here, so to our sample, this small sample that you have obtained, we are going to add here inside the lead 2 nitrate. Where is it? It is here. So when you add lead 2 nitrate onto this sample that you have obtained, we are expecting to have a yellow precipitate. So the yellow precipitate indicates that there's inside the lead ions plus the iodide ions have reacted to form the lead 2 iodide. So it gives a positive result. So this shows that the lead ions in this sample and the iodide ions before they have reacted to form the lead 2 ions. So this shows that inside here we are having some iodide ions present. So another one we are going to observe is reacting this small sample containing the iodide ions. We are going to add here some 1 cubic of the hydrogen peroxide. Then we add there the sulfuric acid inside, and then we shall add there the starch indicator. And we have to observe that the brown solution has to turn to blue-black, indicating that the iodide ions are present in this solution. So we are going to add here 1 cubic, as I have said. It is as this is as well toxic, as I've said. So we are going to add 1 cubic. So it is here, followed by the 7 drops of the sulfuric acid. Put it down. Yes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are going to add here the iodine, the starch indicator. And on addition of the starch indicator, it will turn to blue-black, indicating that again the iodide ions are still present into the solution. So we are seeing that the solution is turned from brown to blue-black. So this has been our test for today's about the iodide ions, and they are very vital in our are very useful in our bodies. And in the absence of the iodide ions, a person is likely to get goiter. And we see that it is very useful to have the ions inside the body and as well in plants, because in absence the plants cannot grow. Like for example, the nitrate ions do support the growth of the plants. Yes, and as well, if you go back into biology, we see that the presence of these ions, like for example, the sodium and potassium ions are needed in pulse transmission, and as well as at the synapse. Yes. So this has been our small presentation about the iodide ions. Thank you all for listening to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nachanzi Mariam Kiria from Sam Iga Memorial College. This experiment, I'm going to be showing you how doctors measure the chemicals to put in what medicine. So in this experiment, I have a base in this conical flask of sodium hydroxide and a dilute acid of hydrochloric acid in the burette. In this experiment, I've taken the base to be the patient, and this indicator to be the disease. So I'm going to put 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator, and I'm going to use this is the medicine. This is dilute hydrochloric acid. By the time this color disappears, the volume that I have used here will be the amount of medicine to heal this patient. So we can see that the purple color is disappearing. You have to be very careful and take the volume so that you do not make a mistake. This is someone's life. You can see that I'm adding drop by drop. You can see it looks like the color has disappeared, but it's still there somehow. So you still have to add drop by drop until the patient heals. Remember, I told you that this is the patient. So we can now see that the purple color has disappeared, and now our patient is very fine. Remember, we started with this patient when it is colorless. When you brought the disease, this is the indicator. The patient This is the patient. He's colorless. When we put the disease, this is the phenolphthalein indicator. It is the disease. And this is the medicine. It is dilute hydrochloric acid. You've seen that when we've pipetted with the medicine in the burette, our patient has come out very fine. That has been our presentation.
Thank you.
My name is Akugiziwe John Joy. These are brick weights. They are on the new lower curriculum. We make these brick weights. First of all, they conserve the environment to get income in our environment. When we are making these brick weights, we use this porridge. It's called millet porridge. We use charcoal dust. In Uganda, it's called senyente. But we first boil this millet into porridge. We mix them with this dust, and we mix with water. We start squeezing them with our hands and form into our balls. Then we dry them on sunshine.
Yeah, we can use water and this cassava flour. We mingle here. We mingle with the charcoal dust and make these rolls. Yeah, look, this is locally known as Amanda. Okay.
You're welcome to Sam Iga Memorial College here at Maganjo. I'm called Okwen Eric Baker. I learn S4 class, and here we are shoemakers here, as you see the group of people here, and learn at Sam Iga Memorial College. During the process of making shoes, we use materials like uppers, we use carpets, we use layers for making shoes. The process of making shoes, one can acquire in schools. Like during this new curriculum, I've liked the curriculum that we are innovative, and they have made us to be creative, that we are able to make this kind of shoes. Now me as a learner of Sam Iga Memorial College, I'm in S4. During my vacation, I may start up a small scale project of making shoes, and I earn a living. Instead of being a job seeker, I be a job creator. During this process of making shoes, we have this one. This one is called the foot size. We use this one for measuring the size which is required, which one requires. This one is SAT8 size foot. So during the use of this one, we use it for measuring the size of SAT8. Well, there is this one. It is also a sole. It's made out of car tire. And this one is hard. When someone buys a shoe made out of this one, that shoe can last for long because it's hard. It can survive in any areas, whether in a village or city. This one, it is in scissor, and this one is a sole. Even glue. We have the other machine there. It's for finishing. It smoothes the shapes of the shoe. I like how he's doing here, right? He's smoothing this shape. That's it is used.
You are welcome, our visitors. This is the electric installation and repair class. Here in the electric installation, we have, right now, we started by learning how to repair a flat iron, by studying the things in it and how to connect them, how they function and how to repair them in case they are spoiled. Now, by now we have some skills on how to repair a pass and a percolator or an electric kettle. These things we are learning are going to help us in the future. Like they will help us to become job creators, because these things, after after we get this knowledge, in the future you can start on your own workshop and start repairing these things without when the workshop is your own, where you are the boss, when you don't need to seek for the job, you just make your own job. Here, let me introduce you to my friend who is going to help you to show you how we repair a flat iron, how we operate it inside and how its inner parts.
We started by wiring, simple wiring in a flat iron. We say that live wire is connected to the thermostat. Live wire is usually in red color or brown. And we went on and we see the earth wire. Earth wire is connected to the body of the flat iron. It is usually in yellow color. We saw the neutral wire. Neutral wire is connected to the element. It is usually in blue color.
Dear viewers, you're most welcome to our hairdressing class. This is Sam Iga Memorial College. My name is Chomgisha Patience and our students here. And you have come and I would like to show you around these things. I can make my own salon. I can start up a shampoo making factory, or even not a factory, just a small business. And I'm not going to be looking for white-collar jobs because they say white-collar jobs, sometimes there are few, not many for everybody. It's good for me to become a job creator instead of a job seeker. And let me show you around this. First, this is a braid. These are some of the materials that we use. This is a braid. And this, we have used it to print our teacher. You see how beautiful she is. And our fellow student is there. They are planting her. This is one, and we have some threads. They are also used for planting. Yes, thank you. This one is already unpacked. This is a thread used for planting or sometimes starting if somebody has short hair, not long hair like our madams. And these are rollers. They are used for making curves. Like an example is, here, you see? These curves in the hair. And these are big ones and the small ones. To the shampoo, we use this for washing hair, removing dirt from the person's hair. And we have other chemicals here, which we use after shampooing. This is the treatment. It is called, it is hair mask treatment. It's for dry and damaged hair. It's for dry and damaged hair. After shampooing, using this shampoo and cleansing it out, we apply this using, do not use a metallic spoon. Use like a plastic or wooden, but a spoon, and then you apply it in the hair. Apply a scalp massage in order to allow it to reach into the holes of the hair, and then leave it, use a cape, a shower cape, to allow the heat to remain inside, and then put somebody, like, if you don't have a sterilizer, like you can go outside to the sun, like that heat. That shower helps you to maintain the heat inside, to allow this thing to penetrate inside through the skin, and to prevent that hair damage, hair breakage, and the dry hair, to give you a very, very nice hair, good looking one. We have here the hair food. This is applied to the hair. This is left in, you don't rinse it out. Pink oil moisturizer, very good for one's hair, and it was applied in our madam's hair. You see how black it is, and how shiny it is and soft.
You are most welcome to Sam Iga, and I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mitchell Dynamic, together with my fellow colleagues. One of the vocational skills that we are pursuing here in Sam Iga, it's the making of pavers, and we have really managed to try our best to make them. and there are a lot of sciences involved in its making. When we speak of pavers, there's chemistry, math, proportions. There are so many things that are involved. We have cement that we use, that's calcium carbonate in chemistry. We have water, that's already a chemical that we know. And we have sand and gravel that we use. This is the kind of product that we get, a paver that is well laid. It can withstand all the weather conditions, provided that it's laid very well, because it can withstand the high compressional forces, the tensional forces. It is very resistant to fire. And once you lay it very well, it is very waterproof and water resistant. So the flow of water can flow easily. It's an all-weather material. I would like you to know how we have made it. So please follow me and we'll show you how we have made it. So in our process, to begin with, I will mention the materials that we will use. And here we have, this is the compactor. This is the layer that we use, this one. And here there is cement that we are applying, and here there is lake sand. Lake sand is most suitable for this, and we have our stone dust over here. This is our stone dust, plus this plaster sand. We have plaster sand that we use. When it comes to the proportions of mixing, when we are going to mix or to use one bag of cement, we shall use 3 wheelbarrows of the mixtures. So our mixtures here, sand we shall apply 2 wheelbarrows, and stone dust we shall apply 1, leaving aside the 6 spades that we shall use to make the nail, this top covering of our paver, the smooth surface. So here they are trying to mix, and you mix it thoroughly so well so that all the mixtures are mixed. If it's so hard for you to determine the amount of water used basing on the sand, you shall catch this mixture with your water when you press it like this, and after mixing it with water, and it makes a crumb structure like this. When it is not very solid, therefore it will be appropriate to make our paver. So here they are going to apply some water and they mix. After mixing now, in the process of pave making, we shall have to lay this one first, the layer and its covering. So we put our layer like that. So at first what we shall put in, it's that nail that we shall put in, the mixture of sand and cement only. So we shall put in our nail first, then this one, so that it will be like this. When we are going to remove it, then we shall remove it like this, then we turn it upside down like this, it will come out. This mixture, make sure that you scoop deeply and you put in such a way that you can put in once the mixture and it is solid, so that you don't put in so many spades at once and all over that in your place. So he has used our compactor there to press the paver so that the mixture is very compact. And here we are going to smoothen our lower surface of the paver by using our spade. So you make sure that the layer of your paver is very well on the level of your layer. the surface must be equal to this layer when you're cutting. Don't over scoop it, because it will make a depression in our paper that will break it in future when you step on it. Easier for you to lay it down upside. So now you shall put it like this. Now what we do, you cut on the sides here and then you press. As you press, you pull. So as you pull, make sure you don't shake because you shall break our paver. Now you remove the layer and remove the top covering. That's our paver.
As he has already mentioned, we as the agroecologists of Uganda, we decided to put up this project in form of stem. These are the tomatoes we decided to start with, and this is a hybrid from as a result of a cross from Anja F1 and some local tomatoes. Starting up this project, we were aiming to contributing to towards zero hunger as a goal of UN number 2. We are practicing vertical gardening and home gardening. We are trying to use our limited space to do out something in agriculture.
Really, there is a lot learners are getting from this curriculum, because there was a myth that it's only private schools that are performing very well. But when you look at our performance, we had over 70 students in first grade, and it's a US school. The performance was spread because we had 4 students who had 8 in 8. We had 2 students who had 9. We have been performing very well and we continue to perform. So that myth should not be there anymore.
Okay.
We have university admissions, as we have seen. And 3 have gone on government and others on for diploma in other different tertiary institutions in Uganda.
Yeah.
So the sky is the limit. You can see a lot of projects. We have music and dance and drama. Everything is, we have put this new curriculum to work, and it's really working. And we would like to thank the head of this institution for really helping the learners exploit or develop their talents in the form of curricular activities, encouraging sports, funding all these activities. As you know, music, dance and drama takes a lot of money, but he has made it all around so that things can work. They have, everything is here, inclusive. So this is inclusive education at Sam Iga Memorial College.